Happy Friday and welcome back to Mod Time with DJ. Today we got 41 mods to look at. All platforms, we got 33 new. No wonder we got so many mods. We didn't have any yesterday. We also got 7 updates, and PC and Mac players got 1 update. As usual, we will go over all of the new mods very quickly, hopefully in the first minute or so of the video, and then after that, we'll pick up like normal. Those include the Lizard Pickup 1986, Liebherr LR636, SPW Intense 25, Autoload Pallets, Autoload Wood, Super Snow Plow, Hammer Drill, Pomot T5XO Pack, PFW 18,000 MaxxLine Plus, Volmer Short Disc Harrow Series 101, Namyslo Jabari 600H, Madara Agro Hector, Super B Tandem, TopNasiona Seeds Pack, GDR Rear Slider, Duevelsdorf BF Combi, Lizard Lead Filled Weight 7,500 kg, Offset Mass Holder, Small Fishfeed Mixingplant, Coal Factory, Lizard Production Hops Yard and Store Pack, Oil and Diesel Production Plant, Christmas Cutouts, Christmas Market, Medium Cow Barn, Goat Farm, Slurry Fieldedge Storage, Fuel Tank, HYPERIN Tool Shed with Pressure Washer, Buildings of Norway, Rennebu 25, the Angevin Countryside, and Bellingwolde. Just a quick heads up, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. This morning I used all of my energy on Farm Sim News, and now we've got a ton of mods. I'm gonna do my very best, but if it sounds like I'm a little bit low on energy, it's just because I need some more sleep, that's all. All right. Let's check out the new mods. First is our Lizard Pickup 1986. This is from Hispano Modding, and we've got quite a few things in here between 300 and 600 horsepower, depending on which engine you go for, and it's going to be just regular or turbo engine. We have 3 different backs to it. You got a closed box, which is just regular pickup bed. You've got a fuel tank, which is going to add 1,850 liter fuel tank to the back, and then lastly, you've got this guy, the flatbed, so you could run that as well. We're just going to throw on the closed box because that shows everything. We also have the wheel brands from Continental, we have BKT and Michelin, as well as Midas, and that's it. We also have the rear twins. Gotta love that, and you can kind of pop out the fronts just a little bit too. I think that's very, very cool, but you can always go for the standard setup if you wished, but I think with this one, these wheels are kind of what it's made for. We do have a winch on the very front, 3.5 tons, are pretty substantial there as well. We have the additional lights around towards the top, the exhaust, so you can change this up. So we have a side right, you can also go side left, and then side right and side left, and then you could go rears as well. That's pretty cool. Rear hitch is a yes by default, but you can turn that off. You can do Lizard Motors, Lizard Logistics, or Lizard Energy. I'm going for that one because I need all the energy I can get today. And then we've got beacons. You got left and right, just left, center, right, and all 3. I find that pretty cool. Window tinting 0, 25, 50, 75, and 100. Doesn't really seem like those line up with the percentages, but it is what it is. And then we have the closed box grill on the very back. Comes with the default, but you can turn it off. Gooseneck, we can add that to the very back of that if we wish. And then we got colors remain, a couple interior colors, and your rims. As far as animations go, we do have animations for the side view mirrors, but we also have hydraulics. Yeah, or airbags. I'm really not sure what those are, but we've got them. That is what matters. Also, this thing gets up and moves pretty good. I mean, I know we got 600 horsepower, but it's booking it, dude. Plus the top speed of 124 miles an hour. Yeah, you gonna be getting it moving pretty darn quick with this thing. Go, go, go. Next up, the Liebherr LR636. This one is from Kenny456. And I think you guys know what's up with this one. We've been talking about it quite a bit in Farm Sim News. We have 3 different versions that we could go for. You can buy everything set up perfectly with the loader set right here. Now, this also works with front loaders. That's pretty cool. Or you could buy it as the scraper setup, or the dozer if you want to consider it that. So you've got that, or you could just buy all of the parts individually. Now, can you take the parts off if you don't want them there? Sure you can. So you could just buy everything, or just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Doesn't really matter. It's all good. It is a modular mod, so we'll just talk about it as such. So starting off with the machine itself, we can add the ripper in the back, which actually has pretty cool stuff. You've also got a 3-point hitch or nothing. If you go with the ripper, you can actually remove stumps with it, which is super cool. You've also got with or without ground deformation on the tank tracks. Windows, you've got some Tintiboy or nada. Beacon light on the very top, yes or no, and then you got colors. So that's where that goes. Then we go into the loader arm. This is going to work with front loaders. If we click in, you can see we've got all the stuff for running front loaders. I was kind of hoping it would work with like telehandler stuff too. Well, I guess it would work with telehandlers because that is a telehandler tool right there. Does this work with everything? Oh, hang on a minute. This works with everything. Holy cow. All right, well, I apologize. I was wrong. I just looked at the first part, but I was like, front loader, cool. No, it works with everything. Shout out. Here's your universal bucket, 4,500 liters. So we have the activate or deactivate the leveler setup, and you can also go openable, which is very cool. So the bucket will actually like open at the bottom. It's super cool. I've gone for that option just so I can show it to you. And then we got a color option, and then you got the dozer blade, which is going to hook up to the very front. This will remove trees if you wanted to. So it actually has like a use in the game. And then all of these options are individually assignable if you go for like a full version like this. In the game itself, we've got a couple different versions here. So bucket mode, we've got it set up for shovel and leveler or just shovel. You've also got the back ripper rotation. It's set to full rotation, but you can also limit it to the ground as well. So there is that. Additionally, if we go take a look at this, we have individual controls of that, and it looks like create fields is turned on by default, so you may want to turn that off with the back ripper setup. And I think that's about it. There we go. And we can finally go chomp, chomp, chomp on the front. I think it's a super cool mod. It's definitely something if you're doing logging, you've got to have one of these. Also, just to mention, the steering is phenomenal. It does everything that I would hope it does, even more. And this is going to be a problem. I do have a mod turned on where I can kind of set everything up. I should be able to just flatten this. Yeah, there we go. However, you might not be able to do that. The good thing is on this map, you can buy the store. So there's that. Our only other vehicle today is the SPW Intense 25. This one's from a modder called Waffle. They don't have a whole lot of mods, but they do have the Case Puma 185-260 and the Axleflow X150 series. But enough about that. Here is our feed mixer. So there's nothing really wild and crazy about it. It's just a normal self-propelled feed mixer. So that's pretty cool. 250 horsepower. You've got a 24 mile per hour max speed, 25,000 liter capacity on the inside, and we could change up a few colors. However, that is it. One thing I will say, I know the conveyor belt is like this color normally, but I don't know. Kind of looks like toothpaste tractor to me. If I were to replace it with toothpaste tractor, nobody would ever know. Next one's kind of hard to show in the game, but it's a new Yoast mod. It's Autoload Pallets. So all base game pallets have been modified to load faster with Autoload Trailers, allowing the loading of multiple pallets at the same time. The pallet spawn before the activation of the spawn will not have those features. Now, it is important to note that all base game pallets have been modified to load faster. This does not make them liftable. At least I don't think that it does. It's also got a Z in the file name as well. This may not mean too much, but it loads after everything else so that it basically says it takes priority. So that's pretty cool. And you can see here, everything's loading up. That's kind of it, man. The good thing is in the game, you're actually able to go in and buy some of these as well, which is super duper cool. I like it. I like it a whole lot. It does appear, at least with some of the weights, that they do weigh the amount that they're supposed to. Let's see, how much does this weigh? 2.1 tons. So there's that. I don't have the liftable pallets mod installed, so I'm not quite sure how that would work. I usually have that turned off just so I could test things. But if we were to auto load this with a loaded trailer, we could load it up quick, or anything in the base game for that matter. More than just this stuff. So after talking to Yoast, basically what he's done is this Autoload Pallets pack, it works exactly like his liftable pallets pack, but they're not liftable. So the liftable pallets pack and this would never be used at the same time. This is for people that want to auto load pallets, but they don't care about being able to pick them up by hand, and the liftable is. They both work perfectly fine with auto load trailers. This is just for people who don't want all the pallets to be 100 kgs. They want them to actually weigh what they weigh. So there you go. Up next, we have Auto Load Wood. This is our second log auto loading mod for all platforms. So this one's from the Weekend Farmers and Aaron Modding. It is made to be a lot more, I say realistic, but it doesn't have any unrealistic setups in here. You've got 8-meter logs, and that is that. You can also load up with non-auto load as well, but that's cool. Yeah. 8 meters, and that is it. You do have a couple different wheel setups that you can choose from. You've got your spare wheels, mud flaps on there as well, and then you can change up some designs on the back, plus all the colors. And I will say this as well, talking with the Weekend Farmers and Aaron Modding, they were working on this mod, I think before they knew that our good buddy Mr. Moo was also doing a log auto load. So these were just kind of happening around the same time. But Moo did get theirs out way ahead. So there is that. So don't be like, oh, but they're the same mod. We're talking about two different modders for two different purposes. So if you've used the containers in the game, if you've used the other auto load log setup, this works exactly the same. So we're not going to be showing it because you just pull up beside and load in and you're good to go. We also have a storage for you guys as well. So this is the wood storage that comes with it. This is $60,000 and I don't know what you can load up. It doesn't actually say. We're production. Cool. 1 million liters. Awesome. What the heck? May as well show you, right? So we've got raise it and lower into bits and bobs. Boom. We got to load it up. Can I cheat this in? I can. Yes, indeed, I can. Also, can we overload this? That's another question because the other auto load actually works like a pallet thing where this, let's see. I don't think so. No. It will work with anywhere in the base game that takes logs, but you may find that some mods have a hard time with it. Let's see. I'm unloading at the wrong place. There we go. Yeah, that's probably going to help out. So it is unloading automatically. Boom, 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 boom. And presto, all finished. So how do we get stuff out of here? Oh, do I just come in here and like load up? Ooh, that would be super cool if I just do that. Yeah, start filling. Oh, that's cool. All right. So it's a little bit different than the other ones, but still kind of the same thing. If you've got your help window pulled up, it's very straightforward. It's just, it either works or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, just press the little button and it works. Next from the Roughneck Modding crew, we have the Super Snow Plow. This is supposed to be working with the Super Duty as well as the Ram. However, the Bighorn. However, it is not out yet, but works fine with the Super Duty. So we can come in here, we can line up the sides, and then we can change up the main color as well. It's got a 3-meter work width at 3 miles per hour, but will rock and roll quicker than that. Just to kind of show you how it works, here is the Super Duty. I'm not going to do any customization to it whatsoever. We're just going to buy one, and that is it. We'll grab it, turn it on, and then I'm just going to pull right behind the snowplow right here, and everything will work just fine. Very cool. Cool. Nice. It's got a couple different working modes as well. You can lower it down, and then once you've lowered it down, you can move it around manually, and then once you lift it, it goes back to center again, and then you can't control everything manually. But it will do a lot of stuff, and even if you got a lift kit on there, you should still be able to get down to the ground with ease. Super cool mod, super awesome from some great guys. Love it. Now, all we got to do is get that Ram truck out. Now we get to jump into some of our other tools. We have the hammer drill. This works exactly like a rock breaker in the game, but it is a hand tool, not something that goes on the front of a skid steer. It's pretty awesome. Next is the Pomot T5XO pack from JMZ. This includes a 18,000 and 20,000 liter tanker. Both have a 14-meter spread at 9 miles an hour, and customization is almost identical between the two. You've got multiple different wheel brands to choose from and wheel setups. We have fender options on there, different hooks as well all the way around. Swivel suction pipe, you can run that. So if you guys run a little bit more of a roleplay-esque style, you can run that. I love that they included with that. Beacon lights, of course, docky station mount, and you gotta have yourself one of those. Front lighting on there, and then you've got colors for literally everything. Another slurry taker, the PFW 18,000 MaxxLine Plus. This has got to work with 15 miles an hour, 15 miles, 15 meters and 9 miles an hour, and an 18,000 liter capacity. It looks like a legal trailer to me. Pretty standard stuff through there. Wheel setups. We've got designs, which is just going to change up the drag hose setup there. We do have the natural agriculture if you wanted to run that. Very, very cool. I like that. And then you could run the logo with different colors because you can also change up the main color as well. Next is the Volmer Short Disc Harrow Series 101. It is a disc harrow. It has got a 6 meter work width and 9 miles an hour, 200 horsepower required, and 3.2 tons. This is actually pretty good, and you can rock it as a seeder as well, or you can run it with the full seed setup there, which is very neat. So you can either run it just with the seeding unit on the very back. So that's going to give you a 200 liter capacity, I believe, and it'll let you run your grass, cover crop, and canola. Very cool to have those options. Then you can run the slurry distributor. So if you wanted to run that, you could plug this into a slurry tanker. And then we also have the seeding unit and slurry distributor. So you can run this on the back of a slurry tanker and actually seed while you're doing it. I think that's very cool. Change it up to black, boom, you're good to go. Also, I apologize, the seed is 400 liters, not 200. Next up, Namyslo Jabari 600H. This is a cultivator, 6 meters and 9 miles an hour, 260 horsepower is required on it. You've got lighting on there, yes or no, spring-loaded comb, the front trawl, you've got track aerators, and then we've got colors for the stuff. If you need another disc harrow, we have the Madara Agro Hector. This one right here is a 2.5 meter, 8 mile an hour, 80 horsepower, so low power required on it. We can increase that up to about, was that 4 meters? Yeah, 4 meters, almost double what we've got, and the colors for everything, although I think this purple looks very cool. If you ever wanted to run a logging train, you can. We have this Super B Tandem. This gives us a setup to where we've got the hitch on the back, and then this is kind of the back section, but there's nobody stopping you from just running 2 trailers. You run a bunch of these right here, put you in some like, I don't know, what would that be? 6 meter logs, probably somewhere around there. Lock that in, get you a bunch of those, and then one little one for the back, and then you can run like some double like 6s or 8s with this one. That would be super awesome. I don't know if I've ever seen a B train with logging before. That's so cool. I love that. It's about some modded seeds, and modded seeds that are actually on consoles. This is very rare, but we have the TopNasiona seeds pack. Probably said that wrong, and I apologize. But we've got cereals, canola, corn, sunflower, fodder grass. You've got also a catch crop mixture, and then you've got a full setup of singular bags for these. Now, let's be real. It's all seeds. It's all 1,050 liters. And they're all exactly the same price, but it's what they look like that is different. And if that means something to you, well, you should be pleased because you got it. And you can buy up to 8 at a time. Let's go. We also have the GDR Rear Slider today. Now it may say rear slider, but this is actually for pushing. So you hook this up via 3-point on your tractor, probably on the very front of it, and you use that to push silage up. It's got a 4 meter working width. It's got a capacity of about 10,000 liters as well, which is pretty insane. And it is found in the levelers category. Oh, I bet you could run 2 of these too. One on the front, one on the back. I might be pushing it a little bit. Pushing it. You get it? All right, moving on. From Ada Modding in the ABP team, we have the Duevelsdorf BF Combi. This is a round bell fork, and it hooks up via 3-point. Very cool. If you ever thought to yourself, man, I just wish I had some extra weight. Well, the Lizard lead-filled weight, 7,500 kg from Mack Trucker 921 is out. You've got some colors. Of course, green number 2. We know what green number 2 is. Come on. It's toothpaste, baby. Also, big shout out to Mack Trucker 921 for being featured in his hometown's newspaper. It was very cool. Actually, that article was from like September. We talked about that, I believe, in Wednesday's Farms of News. So, hey, if you missed it, go check that out. Congratulations, my dude. And our last tool mod today, the offset mass holder from Fred Modding. What this does is allows you to push your weight out forward to give you a little bit of a better sense of weight. So we get a 1.2 ton weight, and then we also get a weight holder version. These are pretty sweet. Check this out. All right, check it. Boink. Now, have I tested being able to extend a bunch of these? No, but I am going to do that right now. Just so we're clear, this is not the intended use case. And they do drop down a little bit each time. Oh, that's already too much weight for this? Well, rut-row raggy. Maybe we could put that big old weight on the very back. Yeah, and we'll offset that. Hey, yo. Come on, DJ, you could do it. Best backwards driver in farm sim. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. So we'll take that, extend that out a little bit, and then we'll get this extendo-cedo cuz from the front. So 1 extendo, 2 extendo, 3 extendo. Ha ha ha! Reach out and touch them. That's so dumb. I love farm sims so much. Oh, the rear wheels aren't even on the ground. That's great. Here's how ridiculous that looks from the outside, in case you're curious. Now we're into the nitty gritty. We've got some placeables that we're going to take a look at. The first one is the small fish feed mix plant. So this takes fish feed. It does have a required mod, and the required mod is the DLC. So make sure you've got that. You can make a couple of these. Now you will have to deliver all the stuff that the game wants you to deliver, so all the oils, the flour, and the soybeans themselves. So this is not like the one from BB Mods where you could actually put it down and it would like do some fun stuff. This one's different. So it's just like the one that's on the map in Kinleg. It's just smaller. We also have the coal factory. Bring wood to become coal pallets. This one looks super neat on the outside. Lots of detail. A lot of time and effort went into this one, so I appreciate that. Super duper cool with that one. Check this out as well. So we bring in wood and you get packets of charcoal. It is a 1-to-1, so you're going to be getting a lot of charcoal. The next one's so big I couldn't get it into the shot, nor would it fit in my placeable area. That's never happened before. Lizard production, hops yard, and store pack. This whole thing is just one production chain, technically. It is a humongo area. It kind of looks familiar to me. I think this was that huge like sell point area on was it Elm Creek down at the very bottom left hand corner of the map. Yeah, I think anyway. Also, there is a selling point, a custom sell point for selling stuff. So in here we can make hops. We have the animal keeper water, the farmer water, and lumberjack water. From in here we can make hops with water, seed, solid fertilizer, lime, and a herbicide. Then we can utilize said hops and we can make the animal keeper water, which is water, hops, and honey. Then you've got the farmer, so the water, strawberries, sugar, and hops, and then water, grapes, hops, and sugar as well. So that is very neat. All right, very cool, very cool. It's not very often we get hops and related crops, and it's a big part of farming. So it's great to see Farming Simulator getting a few things, although it is hops and not, well, you know, the other stuff. That's how much size it takes up versus my placeable area, which fits everything. Just want to point that out. Last one we're going to take a look at in the game is the oil and diesel production plant. There is a standard version and a fast version, but they look exactly the same. So in here, you can see the oil plant itself. We can do a blended oil, canola oil, diesel, ethanol, olive oil, rice oil, and sunflower oil. And depending on what you want to do, like a blended oil, for example, you can put corn in, and then you get oil, ethanol, and methane. Kind of neat that you got that. Canola oil, well, that one's pretty obvious, but you can also get regular oil, ethanol, and methane out as well. Diesel with oil in, so you're putting things back into here now, and ethanol, and then you get diesel and methane out, and on and so forth. If we go and take a look at the oil plant fast, so this actually changes a few things and actually requires some other stuff. So you might be able to see here at the very top, briquettes are added to it. So you will have to have briquettes as well. Now to get those, you will have to download another mod, and that is this one right here, the Refined Wood Chips Sawdust Factory and Fuel Production Pack. It is from the same modder. However, they did something very cool, and I want to give Mr. Dex a little bit of props right here. They did not make this mod required for the other mod. You don't have to use it if you don't want to, but you can't do the fast version without it. So they've made that as well. But again, it's from the same modder, so you can just type in Mr. Dex, or I typed in sawdust and it popped right up. Like literally, it popped right up as soon as I clicked in sawdust. So that is how you get the briquettes. As for the rest of these, I mean, we need to take a little quick sneaky peek all the way around. So you've got fuels back there, dump spots, and of course, place to check out the production. Super cool, man. I love how they did this. Super awesome. And some other new ones today for all platforms. We have the Christmas cutouts from Squiggles. These are going to be $10 each, and there are 19 different ones. There you can see everything just kind of lined up. They're even on top of our buildings here, so you are able to put them there. Here's another look at all the ones from the other side too. Oh, they're so cute. Continuing with the Christmas spirit, we have the Christmas market as well, which includes selling stations and decorative objects for creating a Christmas market. Look at this. Not English, but it is what it is. You go through and you can see everything that we've got. Part of this, we got some trees in there. You've even got a tree bagger in there. Tree bagger? I don't know what that's called. All kinds of stuff. That's very cool. We also have the medium cow barn. This is going to cost you $85,000, and there is a solar panel option. Boom, 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 boom. This also looks to be the one from Lancy Boys. If you've been looking for that one, it is out now. We also have a goat farm from VX Mapping, which includes its very own cheese dairy. That's pretty cool. So it'll hold more than 65 sheep, which is nice. $30,000, and capacity for straws could be 80,000 in food. It's going to be 11,000 there. So you can see this one. You've got your dairy on one side, and you've got a little shed there as well, plus all the stuff for your goats in the back. And Slurry Fieldedge storage. This is a pack and includes a couple different bits of storage. You can see right here, we got one 15,000, 43,000, and 33,000 respectively. We also have the fuel tank. This includes 3 tanks. We've got a 3,500, 7,000, and 11,000 liter version. It does look like they're all about the same size as far as round goes, but length, that is going to be the decider there. And the HYPERIN tool shed with pressure washer. So we got a tool shed and it's got a pressure washer, and that's about it. We also have a flag for $15 if you want to buy that too. You can see the flag flying right there. Boom, and here's the inside. And before we get into the maps, we have Buildings of Norway, which is actually a required mod for the next thing that we're going to look at. This pack includes 13 farmhouses, 8 different animal husbandries, 3 productions, 2 silos, an object storage, 14 placeables, and 4 sheds and storages. It is an absolute massive pack. If you guys know Ola Haldor, he's been working on these, so if you've been waiting on them, definitely check them out. Now let's talk maps. We have Rennebu 25 from Ola Haldor. This is the map that has those Buildings of Norway as a required mod. Additionally, this has already received an update, and it removed Highlands Fishing Edition due to complications. Now, I don't know if that was a required mod or if there were just features that it shared. I'm not quite sure because I didn't get on the map ahead of time to be able to check that out. I've been doing other stuff, but nonetheless, this one is here. So this is a returning mod from Farming Simulator 22. It's a narrow valley in Norway. This is the PDA right here, as you can see. It is surrounded by mountains on both sides, and even though the map is smaller, you should still feel at home, especially if you played it in 22. Now, the biggest changes between 22 and 25 are the vehicle shop, dairy, and grain mill have been relocated to the center of the map. The BGA has been added. Animal dealer has been relocated. 71 fields, more accurate size and shape as well. The bridge next to the church has been widened, so which can now support small and medium vehicles, and the Highlands Edition, where the needle trees have been replaced with the equal trees from the Highlands Fishing DLC, but that's been removed. Oh, Highlands Fishing Edition. Okay, well, hey, the changelog makes sense now. We're good to go. Only one version of the map. Hooray. As you've seen the PDA right through here, we'll go ahead and take a look at the farmlands that we own. We do have a good amount, so we have farmland 26, 28 right here, and then our main farm is going to be part of 75. Quite a bit of stuff going on down there, and then you can buy other bits and bobs as well. Pricing is pretty consistent, and I think kind of low as well, so hey, good map to make some money on. If we pop around to our crop calendar, you can see through that. Doesn't look like we had any of the new crops that are on other maps, so don't be looking for those. This one looks pretty standard, but it does look like a few things have been moved around, so if there's something you're curious about, definitely check that out. We have the Volvo cow barn, which is on here. You can see that right there. If we keep making our way on down, we do have some contracts, and these are pretty tidy. Yeah, look at this. Mowing 44, $3,700. That's what I'm talking about right there. As far as productions, we have none owned, but there's the BGA, we have the grain mill, and Rennebu carpentry, which are on the map themselves. And we pop over and take a look at the vehicles as well. We can see there's quite a few good vehicles to use on this map. Really digging it. I love the setup. I also think it's kind of cool that we've got the MaxxLine stuff in there as well. Now, that is on there, but it's not a required mod. So don't worry about it. If you don't have the MaxxLine stuff, you don't have anything to worry about. And if you're curious, here is your main farm area. It is very, very quaint, kind of small, all things considered, but it gives you lots of options for growing. And just in case, here are your required, is your required mod. Our next new map for all platforms is the Angevin Countryside. This is a returning map from FS22, as well as a realistic French map that comes from some realistic villages. Real villages. Yeah, those real villages are realistic, all right. On the map, you got 2 cow barns, pig barn, sheepfold, 1 stud, 1 CUMA, and a BGA. I don't feel comfortable saying those 3 things in a row. We also have factories down, 155 fields in total. No square ones, I'll tell you that much. I hadn't seen a square field in a hot minute. They do say that 5 of the 6 plots of wood allow you to make your chainsaw roar. I don't know what that means. Also, 1 viable area with 2 small plots of wood to let your imagination run wild. There you go. One thing I'm going to give some kudos for this map for, 2 things actually. Number 1, they've utilized some modded crops. So we have summer wheat. We also have summer barley in here as well. If we make our way on down a little bit, winter wheat and winter barley, rye, triticale, spelt, silage maize, vetch rye, green rye, hummus active, mustard, flowering catch crop, alfalfa, clover, and field grass. We have all of those modded crops. Absolutely love that. And number 2, I don't know how they've done this, but the farmlands are easy to see. And I don't know how they did it, but we have 119 up there coming over. We've got farmland number 2 here as well as 157, I think. Yeah, 157 right there. Pretty simple to see that one. We have our farmland 14 right beside that, and 152 down here. Whatever this modder's done, I can see everything now. It's clear. The rain's gone. If you're looking for your crop calendars, you're going to find those right here, so you'll be able to see what happens and when. As far as animals, we do have a cow shed. At least that's going to be in new farmer mode. As always, I like to show you guys some contracts. Contracts are a big thing for me when I play, so if they are for you as well, you will know what to expect. As always, I fast forward 2 hours in the game, so you can kind of get an idea of what to expect right away. And then as far as our production chains go, none owned, but we do have the bakery, BGA, carpentry, whatever that is, butter and cheese, so dairy. We also have a sawmill, greenhouses, sugar mill, and tailor shop. And then if we make our way 1 more down, we could see the vehicles. And you can see from that list, it is quite a short list. Only a few things. Actually, it looks like they just kind of took everything from the base game and just added it here. Hopefully in the future, maybe we'll add 1 or 2 things that are a little bit different. We do have good news, though. There are no required mods for this one, so you could just load it up and rock and roll. And our last new mod today for all platforms and the last map, this is Bellingwolde from AE Mapping. I believe this is also a returner as well. I remember this name. So it is based in the Netherlands. It's inspired by a village structure, as they say. Therefore, some locations are similar. The roads, settlements, and small lake are designed similarly. The farms are smaller than it actually is in real life. Actually looks pretty straightforward and kind of basic, to be fair. It's a very, very small farm, and everything's flat and everything's square. It looks pretty simple, at least compared to a lot of the other stuff that we see these days. This also has 6 required mods as well. We got 67 fields, 1 small farm and 1 main farm as well. It's also a separate farm for cows. You got your tailor shop, bakery, grain mill, and your oil mill. Let's take a look at the PD8 real quick. And here you can see just how small it really is. It is quite a teeny tiny map. We've got little areas right here, farmland 2 and 4. You also got 11 right there as well. Itty bitty bitty things. No new crops that have been added to this one. As far as your farmlands, of course, you can see everything that you've got. You got farmland number 3 right there. That is going to be the Liebherr farm. Then across the road, you've got 2, 4, and 11, as we mentioned, right through there. You cannot buy the outside. You cannot buy all the extra stuff either. So don't be looking forward to that. Here's your crop calendar, as per usual. Pretty straightforward, similar stuff through there. Cow barn large, got, what is that, 5, 7, and 3? 15. That was 15 is what that was. And then here you go. This is 20. I added that up before I said it out loud. Maybe don't sound so stupid. Here are your contracts. These are going to pay a little teeny tiny amount as well, because the fields are teeny tiny. Production's none owned, but we do have 5 on the map: the bakery, BGA, grain mill, oil mill, and the tailor shop. And then as far as our vehicles go, out of all the maps today, we get the most amount of equipment for the smallest farm, the smallest map. There's a lot in here. I mean, a lot. There's even stuff that we don't normally see on maps. So there you go. There's that. One more time, flying through it. So that's that, but here's your required mods as well. You've got the cowshed garage, big white cow barn, building farm set, farm building set, big garage, and barn with grain loft. For a map that small, I imagine that all of these buildings are everywhere. Now we got the Volvo LH Pack version number 2. Camera system has been added, a roof frame with lights added, small errors fixed, flashlights added, tinted windows added, and more colors. Randon bulk semi-trailer 1.1 fixed an issue changing the cover design. And we have the exact same update for the Randon bulk road train, though it's 1.3. And the Randon short bulk road train, however, that is version 1.2. Something different, the Bale trailer pack for 1.1 fixed the number plate light position, fixed the foliage bending on 3 axle version, adjusted the dirt texture, and updated mod desk. Tool height control 4 headers, version 1.05. They've added support for version 1.14 of the game. Remember, we're on 1.15 now. And lastly, New Frontier 1.2. They've added a Highlands edition of the map, which uses the trees from the Highlands Fishing DLC, and they've removed the redundant files. Lastly, today we have an update for PC Mac players to FrechDachs Map 4X version 1302. And they do say if you're already using version 1.3, you do not need to do game save, but if you're not, you do. So there you go. Grain mill description and correct information about the oat and millet flour has been removed. Adaptation for patch 114. Highlands Fishing DLC sell station. Fix the icon for the pet shop hotspot in the map overview. Adaptation to patch 115. That's how long it's taken mods to get through. Distance texture reduced for better performance. Compost pallet and added to the vehicle shop. And snow roofs added to their own productions. Whew, tongue-tied. And that's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you new. And join the GoHam fam. Double check those notifications so you never miss videos like this one. Also got Farm Sim news out, so make sure you check that one out. Otherwise, have an awesome day. We'll see you in the next one.